Hey guys, my name is Moon and welcome back for more Higurashi When They Cry, Chapter 7, Minagoroshi. So last episode, yeah, it was pretty slow, right? In the beginning when the kids were just looking for some donations in the toy store, right? And then afterwards we did some mahjong that I did not understand. But later on, when Oishi came, and then Akasaka came as well, right? Everything like ramped up a bit and it became much more exciting, right? It was pretty cool, honestly. Very, very nice. So let us continue today. Who knows who's gonna show up now, right? Maybe another one is gonna show up. We'll see. So, what is this? But yeah, it was very cool to see Akasaka last time. Can't wait to see more of him, right? He's gonna be in this story for sure. Or he's gonna have a lot of scenes, I mean. So I guess we're just seeing the friends doing their playtime, I guess. Normal time. No dialogue though, so I guess they're just kinda like skipping through it, right? Just showing us. But yeah, it's okay though, because we've seen a lot of this already back then, right, in the previous chapters, them playing different games. So it's okay. It was a very humid day. Not even a slight breeze was blowing. It had been unpleasant summer one that wasn't only hot but swelteringly so. There were various articles of clothing hanging out to dry in the messy apartment windows, but the lack of wind evoked an impression far removed from coolness. In fact, it only felt more oppressive. They were crooked houses and apartments lining the narrow, twisting road. In addition, there were planters and flower pots whose contents were beginning to rot, as well as bicycles and cars on the sides of the road, making it even more cramped, more oppressive, and all more sweltering. Nobody who was in this place at this time was visiting it voluntarily. But in spite of what everyone might expect, a single motorcycle came rolling in. The motorcycle stopped in front of a two-story apartment, one that could hardly be called neat, even as flattery. A man, fairly old and wrinkled, stepped off. When a nearby neighbor hanging out the laundry noticed him, she called out,
ほんれ、こんにちは。今日も暑いこって。
ちゃあ暑いね。こんな暑いとうだっちまってかなわねえよ。あへへへ。
Okay. Suddenly I got goosebumps all over my body. Wait, what did he say? I'm gonna boil out here? Okay. I felt like something bad was about to happen for no reason. Everyone gets this feeling in a different way. Some people get a twitch in their eyelids or some kind of movement in their ears. In my case, I get goosebumps. Satiko was supposed to be cooking dinner tonight. We didn't have much inside the refrigerator, so I asked her to go to grocery and yeah, get some stuff. I was just watching TV and relaxing while I waited for her. Yeah, I just remembered, right? Yeah, Rika just comes back all the time, right? When she dies, then she lives 100 years. So she's just watching the same stuff on TV for 100 years. She was usually back by the time our cartoon was over, after which she'd start cooking dinner. Wait, did Satoko go missing now? But my cartoon was over, the news had started and Satoko wasn't home yet. I mean, we did see something in the tips last time, right? It was Rina Mamiya. So, did Teppei Hojo, did he come here? Satoko sometimes waited until they had a sale at the store. In that case, she'd usually come home late. So maybe Teppei came home, right? And then that's why Satoko is not here. That must be what was happening. It was too early for me to start worrying about her. But I can explain this feeling. I can't explain it, but I feel extremely worried. Once I started feeling like that, I couldn't just sit in the room and wait for her.
Hanyu? Hanyu? Iru?
I thought she might know where Satoko might be, but she's never around when I need her. Maybe she's hanging out around the tool house, right? Hanyu is not with me 24 hours a day. So yeah, that's the thing though. For Hanyu, she's with Rika. Like only Rika can see her, but she can go explore anywhere, right? Basically. She sometimes falls asleep and sometimes goes out for walks. Though in her case, it's not a walk, but more like a stalk. So basically, Rika can say to Hanyu like, Hanyu, can you go check on this person, or yeah, keep a lookout or at this person, right? It may be maybe this person will do something. She follows people around when she finds someone interesting, and she enjoys observing them. Anyway, I had no choice. I had to find Satoko on my own. I had a good idea of which store Satoko goes to, so I should check those first. We're in Hinamizawa. If I ask people, they'd tell me where she went.
あれ、リカちゃまでねですかい。ありがたや、ありがたや。
ニパー、それより今日、さとこが買い物に来なかったですか？
さとこちゃんの顔は見てないね。私がずっとお店番してたから、来れば見てるんだけどね。
I didn't even have time to say thanks. I ran to the next store. People were greeting me and waving at me. I'd usually smile and greet them back, but I had no time for that at the moment. Satoko, where is she? I need Satoko in my life. Yeah, everything was going perfect this past few episodes, right? And now, some bad thing is actually gonna be happening. Like, I was looking forward to it. Like, what thing would start the bad stuff, right? And I guess it's already starting. I was able to survive for so long because of her support. Without her, this world would be so empty and boring. But yeah, I guess for Rika, the most she spent time with, or yeah, the person she's been with almost like the longest time, I guess, is Satoko, right? I mean, you could say Hanyu as well, but people that are still, I guess, living is what I'm saying. Her friends, it's Satoko. Satoko is a nonchalant and optimistic, unlike me. I've learned so many things from her over the past 100 years. See? Like, she's always with Satoko. Sure, she's friends with Rena, with Mion, with Keiichi, right? But Satoko is her closest friend. But I still need to learn more from her.
Satoko! Satoko!
People stared at me as I ran by them, screaming out her name. Why don't you go to Keiichi or maybe Mion, right? I didn't care what they thought though. Satoko. Why are they looking at me like that? I'm looking for Satoko, so somebody tell me where she is. I guess we're nearing Satoko's house now, right? My heart was convulsing inside my body like a fish out of water. What little stamina I have, I hate my body for being so young.
角のお惣菜屋さんが夕方に売れ残りを安くするでしょう。そこに行ってるかもね。
I went to a few different places, but I still couldn't find her anywhere. The people I talked to gave me advice on where to go, but I couldn't find her in any places they suggested. I continued to run looking for her. I continued to run even when I bumped into people.
さあ、どうだろう。夕方は人がたくさん来るから覚えちゃいないかもしらん。
And there are only a few places in Hinamizawa where we can go grocery shopping. It shouldn't be that difficult to find her, so why couldn't I? What if, right, like Rika is just being paranoid right now because of everything being so perfect, but Satoko is Yeah, she's probably just fine, right? Maybe she's just doing something. We'll see, we'll see. I tripped on something in the street and fell flat on the ground. I injured my hand on a small rock embedded in the ground. I didn't feel much pain even though I said ouch. It just felt hot as if I had touched a frying pan. Suddenly someone handed me a pretty handkerchief.
大丈夫?
Okay, now we have Rena here. Yeah, Rena is really good when she's not paranoid. Yeah, on chapter 2, she was the best homie there, right? She was the best friend there of Keiichi. She really was, yeah. She was really good there in the second chapter.
怪我とかしなかったかな? レナ、サトコを見なかったですか?
Rena was carrying a grocery bag. I've heard that Satoko bumps into Rena often when she goes grocery shopping. They tend to choose the same stores.
サトコちゃんを? 今日は見てないよ。サトコちゃんがお買い物の日だったの? そうです。会っていませんですか? わからないな。今日がサトコちゃんのお買い物の日なら絶対にスーパーひなみ沢の特売日を逃さないと思うもん。でもレナもスーパーにいたけど会わなかったし。
My brain wasn't getting enough oxygen. It took me a while to understand what Rena was talking about. I understood what Rena didn't see Satoko, but that wasn't the point. They had a huge sale in the market today. There's no way that Satoko would miss that sale. But she still didn't see her here? What was that supposed to mean?
何かあったの? サトコちゃん、お財布とか家の鍵でも忘れちゃったかな?
I couldn't find the right words to explain. Should I tell her I feared that something bad happened to Satoko and that's why I was looking for her? No, I couldn't do that. I couldn't think too deeply about why she hadn't returned home.
どうしたの? 困ってるなら力になるよ。話して。
I knew she was just trying to help me. I even thought I needed someone to help me just a few moments before. Yeah, why don't you ask Rena for help? She will help you. But now that she was here, I had no idea what was I supposed to say. No, that's not it. The truth is I know. Somehow I know. I wouldn't have to know if I was someone else. But I have to know this. Rika Furude has to know what's going on. I know it. I remember it. I knew this was coming. I've experienced a world where Sadako suddenly disappeared. But the possibility for that happening is as low as Akasaka showing up in Hinamizawa. It only happened randomly in my other lives. So this is not the first time. It happened before too. So she's talking about the Teppei Hojo, right? Like sometimes I guess he comes back here and then, yeah, Satoko becomes miserable, right? I should see it for myself. I needed to see if I'd gotten stuck inside a devastating world again.
力になるから話して。ごめんなさいです。さよなら。
Dude, why don't you bring Rena? Right? Why are you going alone?
リカちゃん。
I started running. I couldn't pretend like I didn't know where she was. So please don't tell me that I was blessed only up to this point, that I'm about to fall back into my unfortunate fate from here on. But they did say though that this chapter is the answer arc, right, for Higurashi, and for Higurashi, Satoko was the main, one of the main characters there, so I suppose, right? I thought that this world was different. I thought I could move on to a happy future. I thought I would be able to defeat my deadly fate in this life. But this was just horrible. It was horrible that this was happening to this world. But I kinda sad though. I wish for this to happen soon, right? And it actually happened. And now we're seeing it. Poor Rika. I thought something would happen by the time of what's in Nagashi, I mean. Not the exact same, or not this episode today. I was standing in front of the place that I hate the most in Hinamizawa. Yes, it's Satoko's real home, the Hojo residence. Okay, so we are here. If Teppei is here, that's the reason. I'd been living with her since last fall, so this house was empty. In the beginning, she used to come back here to pick up her clothing and other necessities. But once she moved most of her stuff to my house, Satoko stayed away from this place. This was a sad place for Satoko because all she could remember of it was the horrible time she spent with her uncle and aunt and the memory of her missing brother Satoshi. That's why she never wanted to come back here. But that wasn't the reason I hate this house. It's because I know what happens whenever this house becomes an issue in my life. Oh God, please. Please bless me with just one more fortune. I closed my eyes and prayed, and I slowly opened them. The window was open on the second floor. I saw faded curtains swinging inside. Yeah, that means like, yeah, I guess there's a fan open there. As soon as I saw that, my knees realized what was going on, even before my mind processed it. In the next moment, I lost my strength in both my legs and collapsed on the ground. I saw an unfamiliar motorcycle parked by the house. Okay, so basically, the confirmation we needed. He's back. Yeah, the Dark Lord is back. I also saw laundry and a futon hanging outside. I was certain that someone was living here. It was proof that someone was living inside this house. It's never good when there's someone living in this house. This was very, very bad. I knew exactly why. I knew why, but I felt like I wanted to act like I didn't know. Oh no!
Rika?
She's actually there, look. Oh no.
Satoko!
Satoko went outside to take the futon in and noticed me.
Rika?
Honestly, it was so perfect, man. And now we're back to this. Satoko looked down and forced herself to smile. I felt so sad. But I expected it, of course, that something bad will happen, but I didn't expect it to be to Satoko. Yeah. I thought it would, what do you call this? Involve? Like, yeah, the other people. Irie, Tomitake, and Takano. I thought those three would be involved in this one. Because, yeah, they were showing us background of them, right? Or backgrounds, I mean, of them when they were having a meeting there, right? So, I thought, yeah, I thought maybe it will start from them. Not this. It wasn't just her expression. I could tell that her left cheek was red and swollen. Yeah, she definitely got slapped there.
Satoko, こんなとこにいないで、お家へ帰りましょうです。
I took her hand, but she still looked down without squeezing back.
リカ。
I think for Satoko, I guess the reason she doesn't... Yeah, I guess you can just go to Rika, right? But I think the reason she doesn't go is because she's scared of what the uncle would do, right? So yeah, what she's doing is she's just staying here.
私、今日からこっちの家で暮らそうと思いますの。
Yeah, because of all the traumatic stuff that happened to her, right?
どうしてなのですか？私のおじさんが帰ってきましたの。それでこっちの家で一緒に暮らそうって話になりまして。聡子はそんなの望んでないはずなのです。意地悪なおじさんなんかと一緒に住んで楽しいはずがないのです。でもどうしようもありませんわ。リカの家へ帰っても連れ戻されるだけですもの。
Yeah, that's the thing. it's so easy to say like, oh, just leave, right? Oh, you can come with me, you can live there. But if you experience bad things with that person, yeah, obviously she's been abused, he's hurting her a lot, right? So she doesn't want to get hurt, so that's why she's just staying put there, right? But yeah, if she goes to Rika, he would go and get her, and then who knows what kind of consequences she will get, right?
リカに迷惑がかかってしまいますわ。
And yes, she's also thinking of Rika as well. She gave up with a smile. She looks exactly how she looked 1 year ago in 1982. Her uncle only slapped her face and she's being back to Satoko from 1982. The cheerful Satoko that I knew until yesterday could no longer be found. I took care of Satoko and tried to heal her wounded heart for over a year. She finally got her smile back, but her uncle took it all away with just one slap to her face. A broken soul can recover over time, but her damaged heart can never be fixed completely. That is very true. Like, you can heal, but once that happens again, once you experience that again, it all comes back, right? I just took the broken pieces and put them back together. The cracks in her heart will always still be there. That's why she wouldn't come with me no matter how hard I tried to pull her hand. She couldn't get over the fear. She knew just how scary her uncle could be. Yes, the fear.
さとこなんでほったらかんどこ行きよんねん
I heard a disgusting voice from inside the house. Sadako stared at the ground. Her shoulders were shaking.
なんじゃよそれは
This dude, man, I want to slap him so bad. He came out and stood right behind her.
なんでもありませんの。お友達と会っただけですのよ。
Yeah, I guess Rina was gone, right? Maybe that's why he returned, right?
したらんどうでもええんねん
Did he ever return on the 6th chapter? Oh, when was Rena? Last chapter, right? Did he ever return to Satoko? I don't think so. No, he didn't return, right? Because Rena killed him. Yeah.
それか風呂け磨かんかい風呂け
But yeah, I guess without Rina Mamiya, he got nothing to do, right? So he just came back.
わしは風呂に入りたいしちゃったなこら
Sadako scampered back inside the house like a terrified small animal. I feel devastated as I watch her go.
遊びの約束だったかいすまんのちょいとさとこは家の片付けで忙しいんよわしはさとこのおじなんねんちょっと長いこと出張に出とってん
Yeah, business tripped my ass.
ようやくひなみ沢に戻ってきたわけなんよ
Liar. He only showed up because his lover went missing. See? In another world, I once let my hatred out on him, but then he inflicted that anger in equal turn onto Satoko. So I couldn't allow the dark flame burning within my chest to reflect in my eyes. Since I couldn't make myself smile, I couldn't insult him. All I could do was give him a short bow and run away from the scene.
なんね泣く子も黙るわしのガンにビビってもうたんかいね
I heard his hideous laughter from behind me. I cried as I ran away. I mean, the only one who can help you in this situation is, yeah, basically the authorities, right? To basically take Satoko from this person. You can't just take Satoko if you're just, for example, you're a neighbor, you're her friend. Because legally, Teppei Hojo is, yeah, legally her guardian. You need to get, yeah, authorities involved in this. I thought this was a perfect world up until today. Like, for example, like Irie, right? Irie really cared for Satoko. I mean, yeah, even now, but yeah, in chapter 3, right? He wanted to adopt Satoko, if I'm correct, right? But he couldn't just do that because, yeah, there is still a legal guardian there. Even though, yeah, he was evil, he was an evil person, he was still the legal guardian. Why was God doing this to me? It was too cruel. But I couldn't give up yet. I couldn't do anything, but I still had hope for this world. I didn't think the luck I had until yesterday was just a random thing. I went back to my house in a hurry. I needed to make a phone call. Yeah, you gotta call Shion or Mion and Shion, yeah. Ask them for help. I didn't know the number because it was the first time calling the place. I looked inside the phone book and found it easily. Or is she calling the cops? I made a call to the number. Who is it? No answer?
これはどうもどうも。
Ah, Oishi. Okay, the police.
フルデさんからお電話をいただけるなんて思いませんでした。何かございました？
I already knew that Oishi could never save Satoko based on what I've seen in my previous lives. Maybe he will ask Akasaka, right? For him, Satoko is only a good way to get to the Sonozaki family. Her uncle is probably his prey in that regard too. Even if I talked to him about her situation, he would do nothing to save her. The only thing he'd tell me would be to call the child consultations center.
大石、赤坂とお話ししたいのですが、いますですか？
Okay, so she's gonna ask help from Akasaka this time.
赤坂さんですか？温泉行ってますよ。和倉温泉。
Oh, he left. Wakura? That's not anywhere near here. I thought he was staying here until Watsunagashi. Yeah, what? He left already?
なんでも温泉宿をやってる親類にご厄介になれるとかだそうで。いやいや、羨ましいことです。
Dude, this game, man. It put a lot of hope for Rika for this world, right? She had a lot of hope. Like, she was very happy. Like, look at this world. It's so perfect. And then, yeah, just one day, it all came crashing down now. Akasaka we saw last time, and now he's gone.
え？和倉ですか？石川県ですよ。能登半島の。
No way. He told me that he was staying here until Watsunagashi. I thought he meant he was staying in Hinamizawa. But did he actually mean this area of the country in general?
赤坂と連絡は取れませんですか？
That was a meaningless question. There's no way I could get him to come here while he's enjoying his trip with his wife. Even if I can talk to him on the phone, he'll probably only tell me that, or to call the child consultation center or something.
お泊まりの旅館は聞いてませんしね。
Yeah, Oishi wouldn't know that though.
ものすごい高級旅館だって言ってたから、多分某有名なあそこだろうなとは思うんですがね。まあ最近の宿はガードが固いから部屋番号も知ってないと繋いでくれませんしね。
Yeah, they wouldn't give like the number just like that, right? You call the hotel and ask like, is there an Akasaka here? What if that person that called were a bad person, right, and wanted to kill the guy? Yeah, they're never gonna give things like that so easy. I mean.
わかりました。もう電話はいいです。でも赤坂は綿流しのお祭りに来るとは言ってませんでしたか？
そうです。
Okay, so maybe there we could see him. So, but yeah, it's a couple of days still though, right?
こちらへは能登への行きと帰りに滞在されるんですよ。
So you gotta be patient now.
だから先日も一泊されてくつろがれた後、すぐ立たれました。だから綿流しの直前にまたこちらへ戻ってきて滞在されると思います。あなたにお土産を買ってくると言ってましたよ。
How terrible. I thought it was too good to be true. I knew it was kind of strange for him to stay in a boring place like this. My luck seems to be turning. Yeah. Total 180 though. So happy, now so sad. This might not be a surprise though. Just like I can roll 6 times or 6 3 times in a row, I can roll 1 3 times in a row too. Happy things and unhappy things can happen with equal probability.
もしもし、何か伝言があるなら会った時に伝えておきますよ。
I looked at a calendar on the wall. I didn't know when he was coming back, but I was certain he wouldn't be for at least 1 more week. Also, it's a week, okay. I thought back to the past to try to remember and what happened. That guy will break Satoko apart in 1 week. Yeah, it's gonna be too late by then, right? I couldn't wait that long. I had to give up on seeking help from Akasaka. Well, that's okay. I still had 1 more option. 1 more person I could rely on. Okay, let me guess. It's gonna be Keiichi? I mean, he was really... Or Irie. Yeah, Keiichi or Irie.
いえ、いなければいいのです。ありがとうですよ、大石。ニパー。
Yeah, that Nipa sounded really depressed though. Very sad. I hang up on the phone after thanking him. I couldn't make a phone call to the next person. I'd have to talk to him in person. I put my shoes on and headed to the Irie clinic. Okay, it's Irie. The clinic hours were over for the day. There were usually no one here after that. However, since Tomitake was still here, they should still be inside the building for a meeting. They had to be there. The front door of the clinic is locked as I expected. I went around the back door and rang the bell. The whole clinic is nervous when Tomitake is around. Why? They usually ignore visitors. But I'm special. Why, is Tomitake like some like super high ranking guy? I mean, the way his outfit was, right, when we saw him in the meeting, right? Hey, he looks like a soldier, but yeah, a high ranking one, but he's like super high ranking.
どうしましたか？緊急の要件と聞きました。
私まで用とあっては穏やかな話ではなさそうね。
Irie and Takano showed up soon after I was taken to the visitors room. If Rika Furude has an emergency, then it's a priority for these 2 people. I'm the most important person in this village.
ひょっとして例の件ですか？誰かに狙われているという。
あなたの近辺は常時山犬の中でも特に優秀な連中が警護してくれているわ。あなたとあの日した約束をちゃんと守っているわよ。
I had no doubts about that. They saved me right away when we had that confrontation with those 3 delinquents the other day. Yes.
いえ、そうではないのです。お願いがあるのです。
But can they even do anything though?
実は、サトコの危機を救ってあげてほしいのです。
I highly doubt that this will work, even if Irie wants to, right?
サトコちゃんに何かあったんですか？
Because yeah, even last time he couldn't do anything. Irie doesn't have that much power alone, even if he really wants to save her. Yes. But Takano controls the mountain dog, so she does have that power. In my previous lives, I was never able to get help from the mountain dogs because I wasn't on good terms with Takano. But this world is different. I have a better relationship with her in this life, and she even kept the promise she made. I trust her ability completely now.
あの北条哲平さんがですか？なんてことでしょう。
It was mainly Satoko's aunt who was abusing her last year, but Irie knows that her uncle was violent with her too. I told him that Satoko had gone back to the same condition she was in the previous year. Oh yeah, and Satoko has, what do you call this? Was it L4? L5? Something like that, right? Like, that illness that makes you paranoid and stuff, right? Like, she's got it worse right now, and she's gonna deal with this as well, right?
このままではいつ何があるのかわかりませんです。聡子を助け出すために力を貸してほしいのです。
Irie seemed to want to do something for her, but he didn't know exactly what to do.
こういうのはどうすればいいんでしょう。やはり警察に相談した方がいいでしょうか。
さてどうかしら。現時点では親権者が現れて聡子ちゃんを保護しただけよ。聡子ちゃんが大怪我でもしたというならともかく、そういうわけではないんでしょう。
そんなのは時間の問題なのです。このままでは大変なことになってしまうのです。
I hate to say that, it's only a matter of time. I knew how she was going to get abused and how she was going to end up. I've seen it in the past. I really wanted to tell them about it, but I couldn't do that. As it happened, or it hasn't happened in this world yet, they just think I was just imagining it.
多分こういうのはまず児童相談所に訴えるのが先じゃないかしら。
そういえば以前、聡子ちゃんが児童相談所に虚偽の通報をしたなんてことがありましたね。
Yeah, and this one as well. I think they mentioned this last time as well, right? So yeah, they probably wouldn't believe her anymore.
ちゃんと話を聞いてくれるといいのですが。
Yeah, I actually forgot about this. That she was making like false reports, right? The answer is no. My friends contacted the child consultation several times in the past, but Satoko always refuses their help. She claims that she isn't being abused. The Satoko from 1983 might have asked for their help, but currently she was the Satoko from 1982. For her, living with her uncle reminds her of the time when Satoshi was around. She feels like Satoshi will come back if she can live strongly without always relying on her brother. But yeah, we haven't actually seen where Satoshi went, right? After, like, when he disappeared. Nothing after that. Even if the Child Consultation Center were to take the case seriously, it's just too late. I tried to remember. In the most recent world I experienced, it only took a few days after Satoko was kidnapped by her uncle. It only took a few days for him to tear her apart. We had no time to waste. We needed to take action quickly.
聡子ちゃん自身が助けを求めてくれないことには助けようがないのが悔しいです。
入江先生の方から警察やお役所に連絡することもできるとは思うけど、そこまでが限界ね。気の毒とは思うけど。
違うのです。違うのです。高野の力で聡子を助け出してほしいのです。
Yeah, look at their eyes. Both of them went super serious after that. After Rika said this. Irie and Takano looked shocked and both went quiet. They didn't expect me to seek help from Takano.
それは強硬的な手段に訴えろということですか。
Yeah, what Rika is asking here now is, yeah, basically, take Satoko forcefully now. That's what she's asking because she has no choice.
僕はそういうお願いをしに今日ここへ来ていますのです。
Like she's not saying it outright, but that is what she meant, and they know it.
そうでなければこんな時間に押しかけたりしませんです。
お気持ちはわかります。ですが、
入江、聡子を大事に思うなら、どうか一生のお願いなのです。聡子を助けてくださいなのです。聡子は、あと何日もしないうちに、本当にひどいことになってしまいます。それは、決まっていることなのです。もうしばらく様子を見てみようでは、見殺しにするのと全く同じなのです。入江は、去年の聡子をもう忘れてしまったのですか？ もうそうなっているのです。今この瞬間にも。そしてあと数日で取り返しのつかないことになってしまうのです。
All I could do was stare at him. Believing that Yuri could see the future, only I knew the tragic end waiting, Sadako reflected in my eyes. Yuri remained silent for too long, a time to call brief. Wait, what? How did I say that? Okay. Someone trying to think of some excuse to avoid the issue wouldn't go silent that long. He was recalling Satoko's terrible state last year and seriously considering if my plea was as urgent as I made it out to be. I know that he really cares about her. That's why I need his help.
どうしようかしらね。
Irie nodded and looked up. I guess he finally came to a conclusion. He's gonna say no. I just hope it's a positive one.
高野さん、リカちゃんの頼みを聞いてあげてください。
Yes, I was wrong. He's gonna do it.
去年、聡子ちゃんに何の手も差し伸べられなかった無力さに悩んだことがあります。これはその時傍観して手を尽くさなかった私が罪を滅ぼす唯一のチャンスだと思います。
しかし、そうはおっしゃいますけれど。
Takano didn't think that Irie would make that decision. She seemed shocked to hear his response.
当施設の責任者として正式に高野さんにお願いしたいと思います。聡子ちゃんをどうか助けてあげてください。
入江先生、助けるという言葉がどういう意味か少しわかりかねます。どうか落ち着いてください。
聡子ちゃんは我々にとって欠かすことのできない存在です。これまでも、そしてこれからも我々の研究に最大限貢献するでしょう。本件は高野さんの職務に含まれるものとお察しします。
Irie continued, though Takano tried to persuade him.
所長、入江京介としてお願いいたします。
Ask your boss. You gotta do it.
高野さん、どうか聡子ちゃんを救ってください。
I stared into Takano's eyes together with him.
高野も聡子と仲良しだったはずです。どうか聡子の友人として助けてあげてくださいです。
助けてくださいという言い方がお二人とも実に偽善的ね。
Hypocritical.
聡子ちゃんをさらって永遠に監禁するわけじゃないんでしょ。
But yeah, where would they put Satoko though? Like, yeah, basically it's what they're gonna do is gonna kidnap her, right? That's basically what's gonna happen.
聡子ちゃんにこれまでと同じ生活を送らせるために救うのでしょ。
But yeah, they're gonna kidnap her for her sake.
それはつまり叔父の方を摘出せよというご命令ですわよね。
Or she wants the uncle dead.
卑怯な言い方をすれば、要請に対しどう対処するかを決定する権限が高野さんにあります。
Wait, who's he talking to? I mean, Irie. Is he talking to Rika or to Takano?
でもそれが卑怯ならば、私がはっきりそれを口にしても構いません。
Oh, okay, he's talking to Takano.
入江先生、いえ、入江所長、
Sacho.
そのご命令を実行すれば私は無論、そして入江所長も責任を問われることになりますが、その覚悟は終わりですか？
I looked at his face. Unlike me, Irie has many things to lose. Yeah. I knew that Takano's words would shake him emotionally. I mean, I guess for Takano, she would do it. She's just warning Irie, like, of what the consequences might happen, right?
構いません。申し開きをする場へ引き出されても、自身の心を裏切るよりはるかにマシです。
左門がどういうものかもご存じないのに大した虚勢だことで。
高野さんが上手にやってくだされば、東京に知られずに済みます。
I mean, yeah, they can just do it quietly and cleanly, right?
それで、誰もが円満に決着できませんか？
リスクばかりで見返りのない仕事ね。
All risk, no reward.
高野が望むなら、神社の宝物を他にもたくさん見せてあげますです。
Okay, now she's gonna accept much more fast.
もう見せるのを意地悪したりしないです。だから、今回だけ助けてほしいのです。
The risk she's taking is larger than the reward I'm offering. But that's about the only thing I can offer her. I don't care about the traditions of the Furude Shrine as long as I can save my friend from her suffering.
わかりました。これじゃ、私が悪者みたいだものね。
She forced a smile and accepted the favor I asked her for.
ありがとう、高野さん。
どういう風に助けるかは一任いただきます。具体的なプランは後でおこのぎと相談します。
Okonogi? I guess one of the Yama Inu, right?
後ではダメです。今でないとダメなのです。
She promised to save Satoko, but she still wasn't motivated for it. It'd be too late if she didn't do something right now. I tried to make Takano understand that this is an urgent matter.
そうですね。リカちゃんも、そして私も、今この場でしっかり納得のいく決着がつくことを願っています。
Nothing about Takano is, yeah, she's scary. Even though, for example, yeah, Irie is her boss, she's the scary one here.
こんな時間にせかして申し訳ありませんが、どうかお願いできませんか？
二人とも、さとこちゃんのこととなると目の色が違うんだから。わかりました。少し待たせるかもしれませんがお待ちください。
無理を聞いてくれて、
Yeah.
ありがとう。
Only a few minutes. It's okay.
いいえいいえ。私の給与査定者の頼みですもの。笑顔でお引き受けいたしますわ。リカちゃんはさっきの約束、絶対に忘れないでよ。
きっとなのです。神社に来た時は、おまんじゅうとお茶もつけますのです。
Takano smiled slightly and left the room. Once we finally heard footsteps fade away, the tension in the room dissolved. Irie offered me something to drink, but I refused. He must have thought everything was taken care of, but I couldn't relax until Sadako was physically returned to me.
入江、さとこですが、お薬とかは大丈夫なのですか？おじは、さとこが逃げ出すと思って、家から出さないと思いますから、もうここへ来ることはできないと思います。
幸いなことに、先週まとめて針と薬を渡してあります。ですので、しばらくは問題ないでしょう。ただ、強い精神負担は薬でも抑えきれません。少しずつ追い詰められ、いつか取り返しのつかないことになるでしょう。
そのいつかというのは、ほんの数日後の話なのです。
Takano hadn't come back yet. I thought it would be bad news if she came back too early, but I started feeling nervous after she had taken so long. Irie insisted that I go home because it was getting very late. I couldn't go home and relax, however, until I heard from her that everything was taken care of. I had to wait for her to come back. I needed to deal with this tension until then. Over an hour later, Takano finally returned. Is it done?
お待たせ。
ああ、いかがでしたか？
It was a failure. Look, she's not smiling anymore. She was looking for the right words. I got a very bad feeling from her reaction.
残念だけど、 簡単にいかなくなったわ。
どうしてですか？
つい最近、沖宮で殺人事件があったらしいの。その事件に何らかの関与があると疑って、北条哲平を警察がマークしてるらしいわね。
Oh no. So yeah, people are watching the place now. So you can't just take Satoko now because yeah, the cops are gonna get involved now. Or yeah, if they deal with Teppei, for example, yeah, they killed him, right? They cannot do that. Because
事件？
cops are watching.
何ですかそれは？
間宮とかいう女が園崎家の上納金に手を出して見せしめに殺されたとかなんとかで。
So it was the Yakuza that killed her. Or yeah, on the tips, right? It was the Yakuza that came after her.
警察が北条家と園崎家の関係に慎重になったらしいのよ。その女はどうも北条哲平と実婚らしい。綿流しも近いしね。お社様のたたりの5年目をなんとか阻止したい警察が北条哲平が今年の犠牲者じゃないかとマークして釣り糸を垂らしてるって話みたい。
釣り糸って何なんですか？
北条哲平をマークしてればお社様のたたりの真犯人を釣り上げられると睨んでるのよ。
なんてことだ。では
リカちゃん、本当に申し訳ないんだけど、警察のマークが外れるまで山犬には手の出しようがない。
そんな。山犬の方ならもっと困難な任務でもこなせるでしょうに。
Problem is
入念な準備と計画に基づき叱るべき機を見ての話です。
I guess the cops doesn't know what they're actually doing here, right? Like, yeah, Irie, Tomitake and stuff, right? They don't know what's happening here. So if they still continued with their mission and yeah, they say they took out Teppei, right? And then the cops will look into it, and if it comes back to the mountain dogs, all is gonna get connected, right? To them, basically, to the clinic. So they can't jeopardize that. Yeah, it's way too much more, or much more important, I mean.
通常は長い監視期間を設け、その上でタイミングを測ります。同等の任務なら半年から1年をかけるところです。
6 months in 1 year.
今更言うことではありませんが、私たちは決して日の当たるところへ出ることができない存在です。
See, we are a secret organization.
日の元へ出たならば灰になる存在なのです。だからマークされ眩しく照らし出された今の状態では近づくことすらできない。
ではいつならその木だと言うんですか？
最も早くて綿流しの後ね。
Yeah, I guess if nothing happens in Watanagashi, right? If Teppei is not involved, and then the cops would, I guess, ease up on him.
多分綿流しが終われば警察もマークを解くかもしれない。
But yeah, that would be too late. She's saying it'd be after the Watanagashi. I didn't even know if that was a day after or a year after. But she also said it usually takes at least 6 months to prepare this kind of mission, and that's too long. I thought this world was different, but that hope was slipping through my fingers. I mean, it was different in the beginning, of course.
ではどうすれば里子ちゃんを救えると言うんですか？
日の当たる世界では日の当たる世界のルールで解決するのが筋かと思います。例えば警察へ相談する、児童相談所に相談する、学校へ相談するのも方法かもしれません。
それは何度もやったけど無駄だった。
Damn, she's using her normal voice. I mean, obviously they're gonna be surprised with that voice. They had never expected me to raise my voice. In fact, I didn't think myself that I would react this way. But I couldn't keep my emotions in check after Takano suggested all those meaningless solutions.
私はお前たちにずっと協力してきた。
Dude. Rika is talking with them like this now.
何の見返りも求めず、ただただこの身を捧げて協力してきた。それなのに、どうして聡子の一人だけが救えないというのか。あれだけの力を持ちながら、どうして聡子を救うことにのみ臆病なのか。何の力にもならない警察や役所、そして利用するだけして何も助けてくれないお前たち。もういい、もういい。私はよくわかった。この世界が袋小路だということがよくわかった。もうお前たちには興味ない。この世界にも未練はない。
Yeah, don't say that to them, man. Like, you're talking about this world, that world now. Now they're gonna be thinking about something different here.
そうさ。あれだけの幸運に恵まれても、結局、私はこの運命から逃れられなかった。
Especially Takano here. Like, her hearing what Rika is saying right now?
そうさそうさ。またいつもの運命。お前は山奥で焼かれて死ね。お前は睡眠薬で自ら死ね。そして私は当然のようにまた死のう。
Okay, she's actually saying this openly.
どういう殺され方をするのか未だに知らず命を散らそう。ここは運命の袋小路、行き止まり。私は生まれた時から殺されるために生かされている運命の家畜。みんな死ね死ね、みんな死ね。どうせ終わる世界なんだ。消えてしまえ。うわー！
Oh my god. Was this the first time? Is this the first time we're hearing Rika like this? I think so, right? I can't put my words to my emotions anymore and I started to cry. I was so lucky up until yesterday. I had so much hope in my heart, but it had all been for nothing. It felt like everything was falling apart. Like I've lived for more than 100 years. I've lived longer than a normal human lifetime. I thought I was blessed with good fortune for the first time in my life. This would never happen to me again. I thought a miracle had occurred, but everything was shattered. I cried and cursed this world. I needed to give up on my life as soon as possible. Satoko should be waiting for me with a smile in the next one. I wanted to go see her now. But what would happen to Satoko in this world? What would happen if I abandoned her? I didn't know, and I didn't care. I'm a witch who lived for 100 years. But still, I couldn't rid myself of the human emotions in my heart. But yeah, I think that was the first time we saw her like that, right? Like every character, I mean the friends at least, their friend group, everyone has broke down at least once, right? I think except for Rika. Like even though when she was fighting Shion, right, on chapter 5 when we saw that, I don't remember her screaming or anything like that, right? That was it. But yeah, this is the first time like she actually like screamed like this. I didn't get anything to eat because Satoko was supposed to be making dinner tonight. But I didn't have an appetite anyway, so I figured I should just go to bed. I still had to make lunch for the next day though. Satoko might come to school tomorrow. I rinsed the rice, hoping that I wouldn't have to waste the lunch that I was making for the two of us. I had to stop thinking like that. I already knew it was a waste to make her lunch. I already knew that Satoko wasn't coming to school ever again. I felt so miserable while rinsing the rice. The tears started dropping into it as I thought about her. Why was this happening in this world? I thought everything changed when Keiichi gave that doll to Mion. In that world, Mion pretended to be her sister for a week and got closer to Keiichi. But that wasn't happening this time. I thought we would be having a good time until the festival. Me too. I thought it would be happy times until the festival, and then after that, the bad things would happen. That's odd. Wasn't the club activity 2 weeks before Wasanagashi? I had realized something. The club activity was exactly the same, but it happened 1 week earlier than in the world I knew of. It was 1 week earlier than in my previous life. I get it now. I thought it was I was familiar with this world, but it was actually a different one where events are mixed up. That means that even though Keiichi gave the doll to Mion, that didn't solve everything. I thought I was getting lucky. I was confident that everything was going to be okay. I stopped making an effort. I knew that there was a possibility that Sadako's uncle was coming back. But I let her go do the grocery shopping. I would have been more careful and kept her home if I knew that he was coming back together. So I should be careful in my next life. But there wouldn't be a next life that was so fortunate. I didn't get lucky that often. Even if I locked Satoko in the closet, it would be over if Rena's father messed up or if Keiichi lost his mind. I have to clear up everything that's not within my reach, and I also have to make the best effort I can. Without that, I can't overcome the fate of 1983. In this life, I may be able to overcome my deadly fate with Takano's help. But Satoko will not be there in my future. That defeats the whole purpose. My goal is to survive this year while laughing with my best friends. I don't want to sacrifice Satoko in order to survive. I don't want to live in a world without her. I was blessed with all those fortunes, but I still couldn't defeat my destiny. I ruined everything because I stopped working so hard. I will never again have a lucky life like this. I lost my first and only chance. I cried and scratched on the floor. I didn't know if I should curse my fate or curse myself for not putting forth enough effort. And then Miss Hanyu came back. I didn't know how long she had been there. She just stared down at me with a look of pity on her face.
Hanyu, あんたの言いたいことは分かってる。だから運命に期待するなと言った。でしょ。期待するななんて酷な話よ。あれだけ全てに恵まれた。サイコロを振る前から6が出ると確信できる世界なんて初めてだった。あれだけの勢いがあればきっと打ち破れると信じた。それでもあんたはあのおもちゃ屋の時からずっと言ってたわね。期待しすぎるなと。
She probably felt something strange at the toy store that day. She realized that the date was 1 week off and this was not the same old world that I knew. She had realized early on that I still shouldn't be too excited about this life.
僕もリカと一緒にいて短くないのです。だからリカに聞かれると思って先に言いますです。僕にも今日の運命など分かりませんでしたです。ただ僕から助言できるのはただ一つ。この世の運命なんて秋の空より気まぐれで一喜一憂するにも当たらない祭事に過ぎないということなのです。
There are 6 sides on a die. That's the reality of it, and it doesn't mean that the 6 is the best number either. I should just take any number that I roll. I shouldn't be disappointed if I roll a 1 a few times in a row. It's pathetic how rolling a 6 was the best result you could obtain.
100年ちょいを生きるくらいじゃそこまで悟るなんて難しいわね。でもリカ、僕も何度か言いましたが、今回の世界は奇跡ではありませんです。我慢強く待てばきっとまた巡ってくる世界なのです。我慢強く待てばってそれは何十年後何百年後の話なの。もう私たちには力は残っていない。多分再び世界をやり直しても昭和58年の6月より前へは戻れない。それどころか戻れる時間はどんどん短くなっていく。そんな短い日々を再び奇跡が起こるまでずっとずっと繰り返せというの。数年を繰り返す世界ですら狂ってしまいそうになるというのに、たった 1,2 週間の世界を再び奇跡が起こるまで永遠に生き続けろというの。無理よ、無理無理、絶対無理。
I was betting on this world. I bet all of my coins on this one world. And I lost. I lost all of my coins to this fate. I have no more coins left in my heart. These coins are known as hope. I have no coins left to hope for my dreams to come true.
Rika.
I lay on the floor as if I collapsed. The floor should have been cold, but I didn't feel anything.
これが希望をすべて打ち砕かれるということね。
I always thought people could survive as long as they had some bread and water. But that's not right. People can't live without hope. People can survive because they believe that something good will happen to them eventually, as long as they keep on living. But that's just for normal people who don't know what awaits them in their future. There is no such hope for a witch like me.
もう何もかもがどうでもいい。この世界だけじゃない。これからの世界もすべてどうでもいい。このまま灰になってしまえたら。リカ、そんなことを言ってはダメなのです。リカ。
Anyu's voice gradually fades away. I slowly lost my senses as I lay down on the kitchen floor and let myself sink into the darkness. Okay, that was something, man. That was very, very sad, especially for Rika, right? God damn. We were having so much fun past few episodes. It was also good, but yeah, bad things are happening yet again, way too soon. And let's see what happens, right? There's gonna be, I guess, what do you call this? Despair starting from now on, right? I mean, the music is very sad as well, right? We'll see. So we'll see what happens in the next one, and we'll see what the classmates are gonna say, right? I mean, they're gonna be seeing Satoko like sad if she does come to school though, right? So we'll see. So anyways, we're gonna continue this and do more of Higurashi When They Cry, Chapter 7, Minagoroshi in the next one. So I'll just see you then. Bye bye.